Hello, Carl here with Sustainability Theory News. We're over at phys.org, and they have an article about the bionic leaf from Daniel Nocera, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, over at Harvard. Years ago, a few years back, he came up with an idea to create an artificial leaf that has artificial photosynthesis. He came up with a functioning prototype that split water into hydrogen and oxygen. You could then burn off that hydrogen as a fuel source. But that was just the tip of the iceberg. Then he started making green fuels, biofuels, using sunlight and a metal catalyst in the water. That's all, a different type of photosynthesis. Then he believes he could create almost any chemical using this process. Maybe not almost any chemical, but a wide variety of chemicals. And then he made a bioplastic, and that's what leads us to the current discovery that could help feed the world by making fertilizer manufacturing small scale. Currently, nitrogen fertilizer is very energy intensive to make. They take a bunch of natural gas and burn it to put atmospheric nitrogen, because the atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, under extreme heat and pressure until I believe it liquefies, and then they pelletize it and sell it around the world. We use a lot of energy to do this, and you need a lot of money and equipment to do this. Well, that has made it hard to get nitrogen fertilizers to people who need it most. And nitrogen is the most important nutrient to, well, crop growth or any plant growth, really. Some plants can get it from the atmosphere with a compatible relationship with bacteria in the soil. They're called legumes. But not everyone can. This could help create a fertilizer factory in every neighborhood around the world as long as they have some sunlight. Maybe the Arctic Circle might not get too much fertilizer yield out of it. But basically, they use a metal catalyst that is okay for bacteria to grow in, water, then the sunlight hits it, creates a type of bioplastic, which kind of stores the hydrogen that off-gases off the water in a format that's a bioplastic. They take that bacteria that has that bioplastic in it, and then it uses that bioplastic as a fuel source and breaks it down and then takes nitrogen from the atmosphere and makes it a usable form that plants can uptake. I know, long story, right? But that leads me to this picture. Left-hand side was the control group. Right-hand side had the fertilizer. As you can see, a much, much better result. Much greener leaves, bigger vegetables, tubers. These are radishes. You can eat the whole plant, pickle the bottom parts, eat the greens raw or cooked. But, that's, again, just the tip of the iceberg with this technology. It could help a lot of different areas, and fertilizer is just one of them. It could help bring electricity and fuel sources. I really hope they create a commercially viable version of this. But as this experiment shows, it could just be small scale and spread through the grassroots around the world. I'm going to link to this article in the description, and if you'd like to see more news headlines like this, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.